Hi, Julie Torrens here. So I've got this Watercolor. This is the watercolor paint paper that I bought from Amazon to compare. I've got that on here and we're going to have some fun watercolor. So I've got a great big brush. I've got my water. For this one, I'm going to use, because I've got two ready, I'm going to use a lot of water. I'm going to get my mister, give it a mist. And now I'm going to use warm colors. I'm going to start out with some yellow ochre, more water. And here we go. No rhyme, no reason, other than I'm going with warm, earthy colors. Rinse. I'm working fast because I need to work with this while it's wet. And this is umber. Good. I'm moving right over to burnt sienna. And these colors will shift, meaning as it dries, I'm going into English red. As it dries, it's going to get lighter. So I'm back into the umber. I'm going to put a couple quick layers in here. Going into that umber again. And I do want to eliminate the white. Yellow ochre. All right. I'm going into sepia. Giving it some splashes. I'm going to go into that Indian red, which I already have some on there. Give it some splashes. Okay, now I've got plastic wrap, saran wrap, whatever it is you like to call it. I'm going to yank a piece off and I'm going to put it on here, crinkling it up. Crinkle it up now. Pressing it down. Good. I'm going to get a little more. Because I want all the places to have some. I'm going to get a little more for up there. Does this seem wasteful? Yeah, maybe. But for my art and for you, we're going to do it. I'm using my Rosa Gallery paints. Okay, I got it on there. On to the next one. Alrighty. Now for this one, I'm going to make some deliberate marks, but not too much. Back with some just plain water into my paint bucket here. I'm going to grab some yellow. I'm going to grab some of this, whatever this is, because I want it watery. It's a mixture of some kind. I'm going to get some orange, or as it's called, fire red. And yeah, it's mixing and blurring, and that's good. I'm going to get some of this blue. Few splatters. Good. I'm going to get some of this yellow ochre. As I said, I did a little bit deliberate, but not really. I don't want too much of that blue up there like that. Get a little more orange, because it's going to lighten up. All right, Julie's got some colors going on. Now, kind of mixed media-ish. I've got these crayons from Tim Holtz. I'm grabbing a green, and I'm just going to scribble. Leaf, leaf. Like that. Maybe a little over there. Okay, it's plenty wet. I've got some wax paper. This is an experiment. I have not done this before, but I've seen similar. Oops, sorry, I bumped you. All right, I've got a piece of wax paper, crimple it up, and I'm laying her down. Now this obviously doesn't want to stick quite like the other one, but that's okay. We're going to see what we get. All right. I'm going to leave these overnight, but when I come right back for you, it's going to be tomorrow for me. So look forward to future Julie. Hi, Julie Torrance here. Well, we left this with the wax paper on, and I wasn't planning on looking at it until I saw you, but the wax paper just floated off. So here's how this one turned out. And I know I've only been gone for a few moments, but it's been overnight for me. And the wax paper gave us some marks, but I think next time, because I like the marks it left, next time I'm going to do this, crumple up the paper, put it on, and immediately put a book on it. And I think it'll be fine. So we'll work on that if we have time. Now this one I haven't seen yet. So let's take a look together. Well now, what do you think? I really like it, don't you? Wow. Okay, so I'm just taking a pause because what I was planning on doing, I don't think I'm going to do, because I'm seeing flowers in here and a stem and some leaves. Let's work with that. What do you say? Okay, I've got my watercolor paints, but I think I'm going to start out, excuse my arms, I'm going to start out with some details. So I'm grabbing this. Lots of black markers, stuff like that. And let's see what we can kind of identify. I also have my crayons. These are water-soluble crayons. And so that could be something that we could use, as well as watercolor. See, I'm seeing right here like a flower center. Let's pull that out by outlining and drawing and seeing what we can do. What do you say? All right, I'm going to be moving this a little bit. I think like that. And I'm going to put some real fine lines in a circle. I don't know how much of that you can see. Let me look. Okay, I'm going to bring you down. Hang on. I hope you can see more. All right. Now I'm going to go, I did once around, I'm going to go around again, just little short lines. And now I'm going to go around again with bigger lines, a little bit of a curve to them. And now I'm going to go with even bigger lines. There's a thing here that kind of looks like it could be a flower petal. So I'm leaving what looks like flower petals alone. Okay. I like that. I do. Okay, now I'm going to grab my white pen. I'm going to put some white dots. And I'm going to put some white dots out here. Now I may need to make them a little bit more robust. All right, I like that. Now, what else do we see? I'm thinking I want to start painting. You must think I'm a nut, but really. Okay, so I'm seeing like this way, the flower. And so I think what I want to do is I'm going to start with some of this yellow ochre because that's kind of what I see in those petals. A little more water. And to this, I'm going to add some of this brighter yellow. It's called Cad Lemon. All right. Let's start looking at some petals. Can you see? I think so. The petal kind of went over. I know these are not easy to see, but that's okay. You're thinking, yeah, Julie, okay for you. But no, I think it'll be all right. Now I'm seeing like just some yellow marks. I'm just adding a touch of water. I'm going back into that same color that I just made. And I'm going to do like this. Just like there's some flowers. More of these yellow ones. Where else? Here? That could be a leaf. We're going to make it a flower, like a bud. Okay. Over here. All right, rinse, dry, set aside. I'm going in here. And can you see? Little lines, bigger lines. Okay. White. And same brush, same yellow combo that I had. Good. Okay. I like that. What else do we see? I'm seeing something happening right in here. A little more yellow. Right in here. All right. Now, I'm getting a bigger brush. I want to put in some leaves. And I want them in that's that Indian red. I'm sorry, English red. And I'm going to put it right here where the orange is. And yes, I want it watery. And I'm going to go like this. And like this. I'm going into the English red, but I'm not watering it down at all. Like that. I'm gonna I'm seeing some little petals like this. Okay. Kind of in the background. All right. I'm going in with some green. Like in here and here, that is a lot of this umber color. And so I'm going to mix it right here with the green. Whatever little bit of green I've got here. I want more umber. All right. And I'm going to pull out some of these leaves. Are you seeing what I'm seeing at all? I love that right there. All right. See, now we've got some down here. And I'm trying not to scrub too much because I don't want to lose these beautiful shapes and textures. A little more. All right. These are so pretty. And see, it's almost like there's flowers in the front and flowers in the back. And I'm just loving it. All right, I'm going to get a smaller brush. And I'm going to add, this is ultramarine. Or else it's that new bright blue. That might be it. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm just going to touch a little bit in between some of these leaf shapes to indicate maybe a little bit of sky, a little bit of a background up high, but not too much. I like the contrast of color. Oh my, can you see? Okay, that's all. I just wanted a little bit. Okay, now the flowers. Second coat. I'm going in with some white. Water, white, and then some of that ochre. All right. Back to these. All right. Here. And here. Now I kind of pushed back the yellow. That's okay. We'll bring those flowers back. Don't you worry. All right. I want some bits of wash. Something to bring out what we've got. I'm going to get some of this English red. That brush is too big. English red. I like that. Are you seeing any part of this? I think you are. Okay. All right. I'm grabbing the crayon. This is that green. I don't know what color it's called. Pistachio? No, peel paint. Here we go. I'm going loose. All right, now put the lid on. Oof, my hands. How did I do that? All right. And a little bit of water here. A little more water. A little more water. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, this needs to be really punched up. Really punched up. Now, how are we going to do that? Well, I'm thinking I'm going to get some more mixed media. While I was gone, I did add just a little bit more blue, and now I've completely turned my desk over to acrylics. I've got different water, I've got a palette, which is a paper plate, and I pulled some colors out of my bargain bowl. Those of you who don't know me, I have a bargain bowl of paints. So keeping this in mind, I'm just going to push this up for a sec, and let's get out some paints that we've kind of got going, but like I said, I want some punch. So I'm going to put some, this one is lemon yellow. These are just bargain paints, paints I've had for a long time. When I was just getting started, back up, I guess, really more. I've got some titanium white here. You're going to see a variety of tubes and a variety of brands, but that's how bargain paints are. I'm putting a little more titanium white on than maybe some of these other colors. Now I've got this color that's called raw sienna, and these paints are super liquidy. But, you know, I'm just trying to kind of mimic what we already have going on. This one I'm not sure about. The whole lid is covered, and I'm thinking it might be too blue, but we can always add. But It's kind of like a phthalo green. And then I've got this, which I thought was kind of like the English red. I think it's called vermilion. So let's put a little of this on. Okay, are you with me? I'm gonna just rummage for a half a second to see if I can find more of a olivey green. But olivey green doesn't really come to mind. I still have my crayon, which I can use. I don't mind mixing the crayon with acrylic, just not my watercolor, not my watercolor brushes, not my watercolor water. Okay, and this is just an emerald green, which is totally wrong, but we'll figure it out. All right, so you can see those paints that I've pulled out. I've got some acrylic brushes, and I want to line you up a little bit. Okay. Now, one of my favorite acrylic brushes is this long one from Liquitex. In the water, dab, dab, and I want to start with that. I'm going to start with that leaf, of course, the color green that I don't really know what I'm going to do. All right, well, let's get a little of this phthalo green. Yeah, it was pretty green. And what does this do to it? Added some of that raw sienna. It's not olivey enough. Touch of this red. That's not bad. All right. I'm just going to add some brush strokes with this color. And dry brush is fine with me. Yep, that's a dry brush. Okay, good. Now rinse and dab, dab. Now, what next? I think I want to go because I want to work from behind to up front, and I want these flowers to be up front. So I think I'm going to go with the flowers because I think the next step is going to be really more watercolor. All right, so the flower. I want to get some of this titanium white, some yellow, touch of that. Oh, that was way too much. More yellow. Okay. Yeah, that'll be good, I think. All right, here comes some more petals. Here we go. I don't mind that color. Do you think I'm crazy going in here with acrylics now? Oh, that's mixed media. We're all just mixed up. I don't know what we need to do. Yep. Needs more punch. I'm gonna rinse and dab, dab. I'm going in with pure white. Yep. I'm kind of mixing it a little bit because I can see the binder. So I want a combination. All right, let's see. Oh, tell me you don't love that. Kind of a petal over the top there. Nope, I gotta go from the, that in your face, I'm sorry. Out, out, out. You know, I need to go from the center of the flower out. Okay, good. And don't worry about those places that are covered up. We'll deal with it. All right, here. Again, white. More white. The white is picking up the watercolor underneath. And that's okay. It's just losing a little. All right. Love it. Absolutely love it. I think this one could use a little more. I think it's fading a little bit because of it's picking up the watercolor. Oh, yep. I am loving it. Okay, rinse. And before I put this away, what else do I want to do? I think I want to add just a little more texture to some of these little leaves. Start with this. Oh, I've got to do white there. Oh, were you yelling at me? Good. See, I like that dry brush texture. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes. This is a bit much. Yep, it is. Okay, rinse. And let's get the white. Head into this. Too much water. Good. Nice. Okay, you ready for a shocker? Here it comes. Oh, Julie, what are you doing, girl? It's all right. It's fine. I want some yellow. Not enough yellow. Rinse. I got too much white in the brush. And my yellow, I've pretty well contaminated, so I've got to dig in and find some yellow. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to add a little bit of yellow like this, because I do have yellow behind some of these petals. Oh, you know, a lot behind some of them. Okay, rinse. I'm sorry that it's so clankety clank, but I have to really, really give that brush an agitation because it's not watercolor. This is acrylic. This is plastic. Okay, here we go. Around again. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Little more here. All right. Yes, I'm liking it. Very, very much. All right. Rinse. I've got to do something with these red leaf pod things, and I'm not really sure what. They need texture. Okay. Let's get some of this. It's not completely dry yet. Let's get a different brush. A hard brush. Like this. This is like, I don't know, boar hair bristles. All right, you go in the water and you come to me. Yeah, okay, here we go. More paint. Mm-hmm. Go bold or go home. Good. Good. All right. Now, this, my friends, has to dry. So I will come back and finish it up with some detail. I've set back up with watercolor if we want it, but I also grabbed my fine lining Poscas. So these are, in a lot of another language, a 0.7 millimeters. So it's a pretty fine tip on this collection. And I pulled out the white and the black. But let's start out on this one with just a little more yellow. I'm going to put just a touch on this one and a touch over here. Okay, whoa, drop the lid. Can't have that. They will dry out. Hang on. Okay. Okay, now, white Posca. Just a little. And I'm going to put a little bit more, like some petals came over there. Okay, that's good. Now, I don't know if this black will be fine enough, but I'm going to get it started over here on a piece of scratch paper. It's pretty fine. Let's just see what we can do. I'm just doing line, 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 real short, and then I'm going longer. How dry is this? Switching gears. Now, I may be sacrificing this Sharpie. Not new. Done that before. But I just want that fine line. And the reason why I say I might be sacrificing it is because with acrylic mixed with this, and I'm going to wipe the tip off right now. I could be just sealing this tip up, but I can see them. It's all right. Okay, this one. All right, now to the white pasta. I'm just putting those white dots back in, like little stamens. It's picking up a little of the black, so I'm just wiping the tip off. All right. I think on these, I'm going to add some more white, like this. This one might be going dry on me. That's okay. She's got the plan B right here. The only bad thing is I hadn't opened it yet. Get something sharp. Get a tool. And see if I can just cut into this. Be right back. Okay, 2 tools later, I got it open. And let's give it a push because it's never been activated. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. See? That's what we wanted. Good. Very good. Okay. Quit dreaming. Get going. These. What are we going to do with that? I'm thinking. I know. Y'all didn't come to just look at a dead space. All right. I got some brown. Give it a push. I like it better. Yep, I like it better. Okay. I'm gonna take some red. This might be the mistake of the century, but I don't care. Won't be the first time. Good. Do I have another one of those? I don't think so. Well, that's okay. I like that one. All right. Now, I think I'm gonna mix it up. I'm not one to mix acrylic and watercolor, but what I'm gonna do, watercolor will never hurt the acrylic. The acrylic will seal up your watercolor. So I'm going to use a very clean brush that is, I haven't used this one in years. I don't even know, is it falling apart? Yes. Well, that's for another day. Let's see. This is clean. There's no acrylic. In the water. Dab, dab. I'm going into that green. Remember I made this green? I want it pretty watery. And I'm going to put a wash in. I'm kind of making leaf shapes. All the way to the bottom here. Oh, see, I like that. Yes, I do. I think I'm going to put a little more of this wash up here. Just a little. All right. Now, we've got a little something going on there. Can you see that? See right here? Let's turn that into something. Okay, I'm done with the watercolor. Getting the Sharpie. See if I've ruined it yet. But I've got a little stem here. Oh, my hand's getting into the wet. I'm going to turn it around. Am I dry? Yeah. Making little triangle shapes, because that's what I'm seeing. Just doodling. I'm sorry that I went all quiet. I was thinking in my mind, I wonder what you guys think of this mess, but I love it. I'm loving it. Okay. Doodling on wet watercolor, doodling on fresh acrylic. That's mixed media. At least it is for me. That's how I do it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it better all the time. Little loose draw in here. Yep. You're probably thinking, little screw loose in the Julie field. Well, that's the way I roll. Yep. Picking up a lot of acrylic there. Or maybe it's the wax. Okay. The white needs a punch. Turning it around. I'm just finding some of the petals. Clearly, I am not outlining with any sort of precision. I love this texture though. There's like massive ups and downs in the acrylics. Alrighty then. Can you see it? Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's take a look off of the board. If you haven't subscribed, today is the day. I need subscribers. Every channel does. Hit that like button if you found this the least bit inspirational. Do let me know if you're going to give this a try. I can tell you, I am definitely going to do the watercolor with the plastic wrap again. Now that other painting, we'll work on that another day. If you want to, let me know in the comments. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with that one, but I sure like the direction this one took. All right, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thumbs up. Over here, there's a video that's been put out there just for you, and I'll see you over there.